As solo retired travelers may be looking to travel inexpensively or even for free, Christmas and New Year's Eve can break that bank. I have got some great ideas for you how to travel well for less or even for free for the holidays, and there is still time to plan. Are you ready? In my most recent house sits, it's just been a wonderful opportunity. I house sat in Australia for a few weeks, actually 6 weeks, with an adorable dog. And right now I'm ending 6 months of house sitting in California. House sitting is what allows me to do this travel for cheap, inexpensively, or even for free. A wonderful opportunity to lower your travel costs and still see the world. So I really suggest you take a look at it as an opportunity to broaden your horizons, travel, stretch those dollars that we have, those little dollars that we have as retirees, and really be able to get away and explore. So I'm going to take you through the Trusted House Sitter app and show you what's available for Christmas and New Year's. Are you ready? So this is how you get to trustedhousesitters.com. And as I said, there is a link to a discount and referral code in the description below the video. And this is my profile. So you set up your own profile and you have to join the platform, and everybody's verified on both sides, the hosts and the sitters like us. So that's where you start. And you go to find a house sit right here. And then this takes you here. And what I was saying about how Trusted House Sitters has this all set up for Christmas, you don't even have to look at the dates. Christmas sits. So it's already like done a bunch of dates for you. And I sorted it by the newest ones that have been posted. And don't be surprised how many homeowners and hosts are posting now for Christmas. I know it seems late, but it's actually not. So you can find some place to stay, and it's just a matter of where would you like to be. And as you can see, there's a huge map here that's got house sits. Look at, do you want to be in North America? Would you like to go down to Peru? There's one sit somewhere near Peru. It's a little colder in Northern Europe, so maybe you want some warmth, so it's warmer in South Africa or Australia. It's summertime. As I said, you can decide that you want to find a place, and that's where you're going to go, or you can find a house sit and decide that's where you're going to go. So this shows you, here's London, Coral Gables, more in United Kingdom, Australia, Maryland. But of course, maybe you are limited or you don't want to fly across the pond at the last minute for a house sit. So you can do even more refining and filtering. So I do my house sits a minimum of 2 or 3 weeks. And because it's the holidays, you can see here, what is the duration? It goes from 1 day, and you can see this hump here. So the most house sits are like at a week, and the minute you go to 2 weeks, there are fewer options. So I would still look at maybe 2+ weeks. I mean, if you're going to go away, you might as well enjoy it, right? And remember, the dates have been set so that you've got a span before Christmas and through New Year's. So you hit apply, limit your sit, people who are looking for house sitters for 2 weeks or more. So what you're looking at here are sort of thumbnails, right, of the sits that you could have. And you can further filter by looking at pets. So if you're in a city, it's normally dogs and cats. If you start getting into rural areas or country areas, there could be horses and livestock and poultry. So you can pick which kind of animals you want to sit for, your dogs and cats, and hit apply. So it just narrows because, we've gone from thousands of pet sits to hundreds. Really decide you want to concentrate, let's just say in North America. So I'm going to hit this little icon here on the map. So here's all of North America. You could decide that you wanted to spend some time in California, but as you can see, depending on where you are in the United States, you could find someplace nearby or someplace across the country. So it's totally up to you what you'd like to do. So now, Oakland, Napa, Modesto, San Francisco, Carson City, more in Oakland. So as you can see, it shows you the dates. So look at this one in downtown Napa, which is wonderful. Goes through Christmas and New Year's. So you get there before the holiday and you stay after New Year's, which means your travel could be less expensive, maybe. And if you're in the neighborhood, you're driving, even less expensive and easier than getting on a plane. But let's just take a look so we can look at one of the house sits so you see what it looks like. So there are some pictures of the home, and you're sort of deciding by what you're seeing here whether you like it or not. They're usually pretty honest about them. But I usually jump to the animals to figure out, what kind of animal am I sitting with? So this is Doobie, probably a medium-sized dog, and then I want to know what the responsibilities are. Easygoing, she's older, lounges on her bed, 2 walks a day. If you convince her for one, that's okay. Every 6 hours she needs a walk. Well, that's okay. Even if you're out and about, getting back home to give her a walk is not that hard. And this is really, kind of an easier sit or an easier animal to take care of. And then I start looking at the location. It's a one-bedroom ADU. Auxiliary dwelling unit are very, very popular in California. So it's not part of the house. It's a separate unit on the land that the house is in. So it's usually smaller, and you may not like that. But it's near a 3-minute drive to the Oxbow Public Market, which means you can probably walk there if it's only a 3-minute drive. It's a wonderful food hall there. I love it there. And lots of things to do when you're there. She's in downtown Napa, so you wouldn't necessarily need a car. If you're bringing a car, that's great because you can get around a little bit. And then she gives you an introduction. And so this takes you from before Christmas all the way to through New Year's. So how about San Francisco? There are 2 dogs, but again, if you look at this goes from before the holidays, before Christmas, to the day after New Year's Day. So again, for travel, that's probably good. They're looking for an experienced dog sitter. So to me, that means that they probably have some challenges with their animals. So I go right through to there. We've got Rigby, a little cutie mutt, and Eleanor, another little terrier thing. But look at what the responsibilities are. 3 to 5 walks a day in San Francisco. That is a lot of walking and maybe not a lot of doing in San Francisco. Morning after breakfast, afternoon after dinner, before bed for the last pee. Ideally works from home. Okay, so I call this the Great American Novel. And if you're writing that, it's a great way to have a house sit because you're able to spend all your time in the apartment. So I personally would sort of take that off my list, but that's up to you. Because I'm not even looking at where they are. They're in San Francisco, a mile away from the Golden Gate Park, 2 miles from downtown San Francisco. But for me, 3 to 5 walks a day and not being able to leave the apartment for extended period of time and enjoy where I am is a no-go. Maybe different for you. Why don't we look in London, right? Might as well look in London. You can go as far away you want or close as you want. And here we go. So this is getting you again through the Christmas and part of New Year's. So I always look at the dates first because I'm trying to find something that doesn't mean I have to leave on the holiday or just before a holiday, because that can get very expensive traveling. So I want to stay somewhere that I will be in a home as opposed to a hotel or traveling on a holiday. So as you see, these are all over the United Kingdom and Paddington, but see, this ends on January 1st. So that's a challenging time to stay in a hotel and or get out and come home if that's what you're looking at doing. But this one goes through the holiday, and this is right in London. And it's a cat. So the cat's always fun because they usually require some cuddling and some feeding, but not walking. And they're usually kind of independent. So independent older cat. Cozy Victorian house, independent, who loves cuddles. So again, I go back down to the cat to see what we're looking at. Ooh, a black cat. Those are the best. They're wonderful. And then the responsibilities: food, clean water, cleaning her litter box. As she uses the garden 24/7 with a flap and water the plants. Loads and loads of cuddles. So she's showing us the amenities that she has. It's a house. And then I want to know where I am. 15-minute walks from East Croydon Station, from which you can get to central London in less than 20 minutes. So it's the suburbs of London, which isn't bad. Train to London Bridge takes about 12 minutes and Victoria Station around 17 minutes. I love it when homeowners and hosts tell you exactly where they are to a tourist attraction or to some place they know that you will want to go. And that's all doable. And shops and restaurants, less than 5 minutes walking. It's a quiet street without much traffic or noise. So if you're a light sleeper, that would be good, right? Victorian end of a terrace house with 2 bedrooms, bathroom, private garden. And so this looks like really lovely. And then they have photos that you can skim through to see what I like to see if they're neat and if it looks relatively clean, even if they just cleaned it for the pictures, I'm good with that. And do things look functional? There's stairs, so it's good to know that there are stairs so that you know whether you can manage the stairs. And the bedrooms and an office space clearly and a garden in the back, and there's Rosie. So it's an opportunity if you're interested. I was also looking for reviews on, oh, here we go, Sitter reviews. Absolutely loved working for Rosie, looking after Rosie. Sad to say goodbye, cutest cat, best cuddle. So she has recent and a lot of 5-star reviews. So last year, last Christmas, and then over this summer, fall. So that's an important thing. The secret handshake of trusted house sitters is sitters don't leave any reviews. Something went wrong. And that's a whole other video to talk about how we review and look at reviews and read reviews and decide. So these as a favorite so that whenever Emma posts again, it'll come up and you'll get notified as soon as she posts, so you could be the first one to apply. So that to me is like a winner. And it's in London, I get it, but if you're in London or Canada or you want to go away, why not? London at Christmas is a beautiful place to be. There's still time to plan for a wonderful holiday away for Christmas and New Year's. And for more information on house sitting, please see my video on how to win the house sit. Have a great holiday and a wonderful 2024.